What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool transfer news video. And some Spanish newspapers are linking James Rodriguez to Liverpool and also Manchester United. So let me know, what do you think about James Rodriguez? Would he be a good signing for Liverpool? Bayern Munich have an option to sign him at the end of the season after his 2-year loan spell for around 50 million pounds, and the Mirror is reporting that Liverpool are interested in James Rodriguez, in signing James Rodriguez, and I think we will be in for an attacking midfielder, a creative midfielder in the summer, somebody who can replace long-term the Philippe Coutinho gap in the Liverpool midfield. And the one thing that Liverpool is lacking is goals from midfield, in my opinion. If you look at the goal scorers of Liverpool this season, Shaqiri is our top scorer with 6 goals, and he's not even a regular starter. Our regular starters, the midfielders, just don't score enough goals for me. And also, James wanted to return to Real Madrid before the Solari sacking and the Zidane appointment, so now he doesn't really want to return to Real Madrid, because he left Real Madrid in the first place when Zinedine Zidane was the manager and James Rodriguez wasn't a first choice starter player. He's 27 years old, so he's not a very young player anymore, and it seems that Real Madrid will maybe want to get even more money for him than the 50 million pounds that Bayern Munich could pay for James Rodriguez at the end of his loan spell. And at the moment, it's a very 50-50 whether Bayern want to sign him or not. So let me know in the comments below, do you think James Rodriguez would be a good midfield signing for Liverpool? And also, do you think he's worth 50 or 60 million pounds for Liverpool? Real Madrid apparently wants 70 million, but I don't think they are getting that. And he is on average scoring about 10 goals a season. He scored only 12 goals in 1.5 seasons for Bayern, but at Real Madrid he scored 36 goals, which is pretty impressive stuff, you know, in just 3 seasons for Real Madrid. He had a season in Monaco where he scored 10 goals exactly, and also at Porto he averaged about 10-11 goals per season. He scored 32 goals for Porto in 3 seasons. So James Rodriguez is a very experienced player. He won multiple titles with Real Madrid, with Bayern Munich, and he has a lot of Champions League experience. He is a winner, so I think he would suit Liverpool. The big question is, would he be suited to playing in the Premier League? Because that's always a big question with South American players. Some players adapt to the Premier League very well, others not so much. So at the moment it would be a big gamble, and for 50-60 million pounds, I think we could get a player who scores more goals or who is a little bit better than James Rodriguez. But of course, I wouldn't mind seeing a world-class player like James Rodriguez join Liverpool, because I think he has great technical ability, he has a lot of creativity, he's brilliant from set pieces, he has a lot of long-range goals for Colombia and for his various clubs, and he would be a spectacular signing for Liverpool. And I really hope we get him, because one thing that I think stood out this season is our lack of creativity in midfield, and that has been our biggest weakness, frankly, this season. Defensively we have been solid. Our attack has scored a lot of goals, but when our attack is nullified by the opposition defense or the opposition midfield, we don't have a midfielder like James Rodriguez who can really step up and deliver a defense splitting pass or score a goal to get us on our way. And I get the argument that James Rodriguez is a slightly overrated player, because for 50-60 million pounds you expect a lot more than 10 goals per season. You expect a player who can score 15-20 goals, but the transfer market is crazy nowadays. Even for a slightly above average player, you have to pay 30 million or 40 million pounds nowadays. So I think James Rodriguez for 50-60 million pounds could be a reasonable transfer. And actually Jurgen Klopp came out with some very interesting things on our summer transfer plans. And Jurgen Klopp said this, and listen to this carefully: I don't want to talk exactly what we will do in the summer, but I don't think this is a team at the moment where we have to spend the big money or whatever. The best way to do it is to bring together a group of players and try to develop them all together and then stay together for a while. And that was maybe the main problem of Liverpool for the last decade. He's right, just my comment. We sold so many of our star players in the last decade: Xabi Alonso, Mascherano, Fernando Torres, Luis Suarez, Philippe Coutinho, just to name a few. They all were sold by Liverpool to other teams in search of silverware. But now this Liverpool team can challenge for titles, can win trophies, so there is no reason anymore for any of our star players to leave. Jurgen Klopp continues with this: when they had a good team after a season, Liverpool, they went all over the world. That will not happen this year for sure. It is massive, the potential of growth. But the potential for growth this team has. I think the steps are really obvious, but it is still about a natural confidence. We have to start looking at ourselves and how other teams see us. When you think about how Bayern faced us here, I saw Bayern playing a lot in the last years, and I never saw them being that defensive. When Manchester City came at Anfield, it was similar. Wow, they had a lot of respect for us, and I'm not sure we always have the same amount of respect for ourselves. For sure it will come step by step. That is why I was so happy for the game at Bayern. There was a little sign at least for that. The boys have so much space for improvement in all departments, and that's true. If you take the fully fit squad of Liverpool, with Oxlade-Chamberlain back, with Joe Gomez back. By the way, Joe Gomez will be back after the international break. Jurgen Klopp has confirmed that, which I'm so happy about. So when you take the full Liverpool team, I think the only signing that we need to make is potentially an attacking midfielder who can score 10-15 goals per season. Other than that, we have a very strong squad with two very good players for each competition. What we should do is we should sell Sturridge, we should sell the likes of Alberto Moreno and Dejan Lovren, and just bring in replacement for those. So a young striker or a young winger, either way, who can who can replace Sturridge in the squad. An attacking midfielder, definitely. We need a backup left back or a backup youngster who can play left back and right back, or maybe a backup right back as well if Nathan Clyne is sold. But I really hope that we keep Clyne, because Clyne is also still 27, 28 years old. And also a new centre back, somebody like Dijk, who could come in for Lovren and replace him and be potentially one of our regular starters alongside Van Dijk. But I really hope that Joe Gomez comes back, and when he's fully fit, he will be our regular starter, in my opinion. Jurgen Klopp said about Joe Gomez: we expect Joe Gomez to be back after the international break. He's in full training for sure, and then we will see how long it takes for him to be fully fit and ready for the games. And also Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain will be back in just 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. So this is a massive boost for Liverpool's title and Champions League hopes, because these guys can really improve Liverpool. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is exactly the kind of midfielder that we have been lacking this season. Somebody who can score goals, somebody who can take the ball and run forward. Naby Keita was supposed to be that player, but he is pretty inconsistent, and also he has been ravaged by injuries. He was also out for the Bayern game, Naby Keita, so he has struggled with full fitness, which is a big shame. And Jurgen Klopp has called on his Liverpool players to take the opportunity tomorrow and to go back top of the Premier League, because Manchester City play in the FA Cup this weekend, today actually, away at Swansea. So Liverpool can go top with a victory against Fulham, and that is a huge game. And Jurgen Klopp said Scott Parker is in now at Fulham, and nobody thinks so desperately about staying in the league. It's about playing football, getting points and seeing where it leads to. There is no pressure anymore really. That's what makes them dangerous. Not only that, we had a tough game against them at Anfield. It was difficult enough that day, we know that and we respect that, but it's still a game for us. It has to be an opportunity as well. Hopefully we can use it and go top of the table. Jurgen Klopp has commented on Liverpool being still in 2 competitions and fighting four trophies in two fronts, on two fronts. He said this: we are pretty experienced in that. It's not the first time. Pretty much since I came in, apart from one season, we have always been in two competitions until the last match day. We were in the Europa League final, we were in the Champions League final, and this year we are still in the competition. It's a normal thing. We cannot train a lot, that's how it is. You have to use each minute to rest and relax. For the boys it is very important. For us as coaches it is important as well. And then in the moment when the rest is over, you have to immediately restart, reboot the machine, and then it's on to the next one. And Jurgen Klopp really hopes that Liverpool will suffer no injuries during the international break. I think that's crucial, because one or two big injuries to the likes of Mane or Firmino, or even to the likes of Wijnaldum or Fabinho, could really derail Liverpool's title challenge and Champions League challenge. He said the boys should know to inform me immediately after the game that they are fine. A thumbs up is enough. Or if it's not a thumbs up, then that's not so cool, but that's information as well. Thumbs up to the camera would be cool, but they don't think about me immediately after the game. That's okay, but I think constantly about them, so that's the difference. And I can understand why Jurgen Klopp is so anxious about these international breaks. I just don't believe it's a good idea to put so many 2-week international breaks during the season, because I think what they should do is condense the season into less than 8 months, so maybe 7 months. Maybe the season should finish at the end of April, and then throughout May you can play the internationals. You would have a whole month where you have to play all the internationals, and that would be actually better for the international teams as well, because they could practice a lot more together. But to have like 3 or 4 international 2-week breaks during the season, I really don't like that, I have to be honest. And Wijnaldum has only 2 years left on his contract, so Liverpool really need to start negotiating with Wijnaldum at least in the summer to have a contract extension, because he's one of our best midfielders. He has been probably one of the biggest surprises of this Liverpool team, that he is now an ever-present Liverpool midfielder. When he's fully fit, he's one of the first names on the team sheet, and I really love him. I think he's a brilliant player, and he improved so much. Liverpool signed Shaqiri, Naby Keita and Fabinho in the summer, and how Wijnaldum reacted to that is how every player should react to new signings coming in and competition for places. This is why it's important, because Wijnaldum just lifted his level to another level. And Wijnaldum said, "No, I did not speak with Liverpool yet about the contract. That is something for the club. I will see what happens. I signed a 5-year contract in July 2016, and I am still under that contract. I just do my job to perform. A new contract has to come from Liverpool, from the club." So that's basically an open invitation from Wijnaldum for Liverpool to put a new contract on the table, and I'm sure that we will. Jurgen Klopp loves Wijnaldum, and why wouldn't we sign him on a contract extension? And Wijnaldum said it is very important because we can score in different situations. We can score from set pieces, we can score from good football, we can score from counter-attacks. We have all different kind of qualities that can help us to score goals. It gives more confidence to the team because it gives us more opportunities to score. In the last few games we have scored quite a lot with the set pieces, and Virgil van Dijk is a happy man because he scored a few. Yes, Van Dijk actually has quite a few goals. He scored 2 goals against Watford, I believe, at home, and then a goal against Bayern Munich, which was a big goal, by the way. It is good if you have those qualities and you are aware of them. We are aware of our qualities we have, so we try to use them in every game. Wijnaldum continued. It is really important and it helps the team, but it doesn't matter who scored or who played well. It is just good if someone scores. Most of the time it is the front three, but now also Virgil is scoring, Trent can score, Robbo is getting closer. It's always good if more players can score other than the front three to have the team. And Wijnaldum commented on Virgil van Dijk's meteoric rise through the last few years. He said, "I already saw it coming. I had thought about it because I play with Van Dijk for the national team. I had seen him make steps and progress a lot during the years. He has had a big impact since he came in and has helped the team Liverpool a lot, so I think he was a really good signing for us. He's a big character, a person everyone loves. Everyone loves him in the dressing room at Melwood, and the fans love him. We have made a step forward with Virgil in the team. To be fair, I don't really know what happened in the dressing room after the game, because I had to go into the doping control room at Munich, so I didn't see it, because when I came into the dressing room it was empty. But at dinner we were all happy with the result, winning at Bayern. And we talk about the game, what we did good, what we could have done better, but overall it was a good game, a good result, so we were all happy. We showed to each other we are happy with each other, and also the result. The team is in really good shape right now, plays good games, and we play good as a team. It makes it easier for all the players to perform, including me. It's quite good right now. So those are brilliant words by Wijnaldum, really happy. And also Glenn Johnson, our former Liverpool player and former Chelsea player as well, said some interesting things about Shaqiri and why Shaqiri might not get so much playing time recently. When things were going well, Shaqiri would be a big player for Liverpool and he would perform. When things weren't going well, he would be hit and miss. That was obvious to see. And also Glenn Johnson was asked whether Shaqiri would have had a strop or throwing a fit because he wasn't getting game time, and Johnson said most likely Jurgen won't deal with it, he will put it to bed. So Glenn Johnson implies here that Shaqiri complained or threw a tantrum because he wasn't starting for Liverpool, and of course that's just speculation. We don't really know what happens behind the scenes on the training ground. But it's quite strange. Shaqiri has been very good this season, and suddenly he finds himself on the bench, and sometimes he doesn't even come on as a substitute. So Lallana has been outstanding in training apparently the week before the Burnley game, so Jurgen Klopp put him in, and Lallana really did take his chance. He played very well against Burnley, so I can understand why Lallana came on against Bayern Munich as well. And I will be very interested who starts alongside Fabinho and Wijnaldum against Fulham, because Milner, I don't think he can play 2 games in like 4 days, and also Henderson is out injured at the moment, but Henderson will be back after the international break, so that's good news. So yeah, let me know what do you think about the Shaqiri situation, and what do you think about all the things that we talked about in this video. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, see you later guys, goodbye.